Nick, what episode is it?
28.
It is episode 28. Welcome to BrotherBrother episode 28. My name is Alex. That's
Nick. Boom, bam. Thank
Nick
you,
Urbanski.
man.
And we are here, episode 28 of the podcast. Welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. You know, we're listening on Google or Apple. Make sure you rate us because that's pretty important. So
Google rating.
Google rating and Apple rating. So yeah, let's do it. Very successful podcast. We've officially tipped. You know, we've started. You know, the rush.
You refer to it as tipping.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or whatever the right word is.
Insanity.
I can't think of the right word.
Growth.
Nah, it's called exponential growth.
Oh my god. You technically.
That's right. See, you know, it's just, what can you expect from putting, you know, an hour in a week for something like this?
Exponential.
Just this, you know, more? You want more?
Yeah.
You expect more?
Yeah.
Wow, Nick expects a lot.
I got high standards.
I was surprised when we hit 30. So, you know,
surprised.
Yeah, we're almost double that now, which is pretty sick.
So you're more than surprised now.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty gobsmacked, to say the least. You can just imagine a room full of 60 people just
listening to this.
Yeah. That's how you have to imagine it.
I mean, good.
You know, 30 people.
You guys get it. You know,
small classroom.
You know, they got good taste.
You found it somehow, probably from a clip or a short, because those things. I mean, that's the only thing that actually gets a lot of views. Except recently, you know, one of our pods almost hit 100 views in like a week, which is crazy. You know, it never does that. You can't predict what's going to hit and what's not going to hit, dude. You really can't predict anything. Nick is distracted.
I mean, come on.
0% amount of focus in the podcast. I understand the cat's entertaining. He's not on camera. No one can see him. No one can see him.
You can describe him to them, though. You know?
No.
I mean, come on.
Nick, I have an interview tomorrow at a bank. I'm going to specify 2, but it's at a bank.
Is it with Joe? Is it Joe's bank?
It's not with Joe. No, I did this one by myself without Joe.
Okay.
So, going to put on the suit that I wore to the wedding, to Brad's wedding, because what the fuck else am I going to wear?
Getting good use out of it.
Got to mute that. I mean, what else am I going to wear, you know? Truly. What are you saying?
Getting good use out of the suit already.
At least 2 wears.
I mean, hey, how many times have you worn a suit in the last how many years?
Wow. Well, I've reached the age where I'm going to start attending more weddings and maybe funerals. Who knows?
Probably
so I might,
funerals.
Yeah, well, eventually. If that'll be more likely, you know, further in the future, ideally. You know, but for now, I just have the one suit that I got at Kohl's.
I mean, it seems like a good amount of suits to have.
One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else?
It's a dark one. I might need a light. I don't know.
Need a dark and light suit?
Yeah.
Like Superman, you can just change?
Yeah. Well, this one's like darker green, so I like that, but...
Like an olive?
No. Like a forest green. Like the woods, you know? Woods green.
That's pretty green.
Yeah. So, that's what I got going on tomorrow. That's at 2. What do you got?
Green for the money for the bank?
Nick.
So it's essentially
the overlords
useless.
are watching, Nick. Be careful. And it's just an AI because, you know, the viewers are sporadic, but the AI is forever.
The AI is forever. Yeah.
AI is forever. You have to remember that. That's the title of the episode.
AI is forever. Yeah.
Humans are temporary. AI is forever. Or the audience is temporary. Everything's temporary.
Everything except for the AI is temporary.
It is what it is, right? I want us to do some, like, you know, walking around podcasts or you know, like driving podcasts in the car. I don't know if that's illegal yet, so we should take advantage before it is made illegal. I went to the gym earlier because the gym is finally back open after like 2 weeks of not being open.
Yeah.
Which sucked, you know, took you right out of the routine. Affects your mood, everything, you know. But after my workout today, I went to the downstairs area and with the pool table and everything, and I was like, we could record here. With like the bowling alley and the pool area. We would just have to hope no one came
People are always in there.
Yeah, but right after close, no one came in. Like the time when I was there.
That's wild.
Which is crazy because it's kind of like it was like it's almost 7. It was like 6:45 to 7. No one came in. No one was there. No one came in.
Well, were you paying much attention to the downstairs?
I know, but I would usually hear if like a door opens or closes and nothing happened. Yeah. So who knows? Might be fun. It'd be funny if someone did show up and it's like, what the hell are you? Pool. Yeah. I got to figure out where the cameras are pointing so I can set up our camera out of view so it's not like obvious that even though we're going to have the mics. So
Bruh, oh my God. They're just going to be like 308. You can't.
They're not going to know it's us. I guess they would because we're scanning in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be funny to get an email. That'd be a good Patreon thing to just show the email. I put on our Patreon like the email that we got from YouTube, like, hey, you guys, it's been removed from YouTube. And then also their second thing where it's like, hey, sorry, we messed up. That was on us, The damage has been done,
awesome.
YouTube.
Thanks, cool. Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff that's on our Patreon, bonus behind the scenes stuff. We still need to go check out like the stair lift chair and do a video on that.
Oh my God.
We have to do that after hours, of course. But that'd be a good one. We tried to record at the gym once without the mics and just gave up. And that little video is on the Patreon too, where we're just like, nah, like this isn't working.
It's not.
Hey, I wonder, can we be heard? Let me get on the
absolutely unwieldy.
Well, we have the equipment now to where we could do it. This thing. I also got a little gimbal that like if you move it like stays like level or whatever. Shaky cam. So we could do that.
One of those things. Yeah. Sure.
Dude, podcast might get interesting. Stick around, guys. Make sure you subscribe. If you're only listening, you're only getting half of the experience, technically, literally, because visual is another sense. You're not getting the visual.
I look better than I sound,
Well, you sound like, usually you sound like a 45-year-old woman from Chicago.
There's no possible
who
way.
Smokes a cigarette. Hey, baby, that kind of thing. I need my Marby lights. Where's my cigarettes? That's like what you come across. I think
you would think that.
Yeah. So that's like what people imagine. That's at least what I imagine you as when I'm just listening to you. I'm like, oh, that's like a mom from Chicago or something.
That's a woman, is what you think.
No, specifically a mom from Chicago she's experienced, Yeah. Well, you got to drink, you got to take a sip.
Not like that. Nobody drinks like that. You don't got to moisten.
That's kind of like what it sounds like, though. Right? It sounds gross,
only
but
for
it's
taking a
accurate.
long, smooth sip from a mug.
I wonder how this sounds like. I'm sorry if that's disturbing to you guys, but
to some.
I only care if it affects Nick negatively.
It doesn't.
Well, man can dream. Man can dream. Do you have any dreams, Nick? Any aspirations? I feel like I've asked you this before.
You always ask me this.
Do you ever expand your mind beyond what we're currently doing and imagine the possibilities?
Yeah, but not like you.
No, not like me at all.
Mine's like
because you told me you
rational.
wanted to. Well, to an extent, irrational and safe.
Yeah. Yours is not
sporadic.
Yeah.
Frantic.
Yes.
But
there's no but. There's no but.
Genius.
Oh. No.
That's what Nick was gonna say. I just filled in the blank for him.
Sure.
So you're welcome.
Thanks, dude.
Nick told me he wanted to leave Ohio by 35, you said?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because why would you want to live in Ohio forever?
Well, not forever, but 35 is an interesting choice, just a cutoff point that you gave yourself.
It's arbitrary. It's not seriously like by 35.
What's it seriously by then?
Who knows? I don't know. I can't predict the future.
If you were here 33, you're like, fuck, 2 more years or I better get out. Or I'm going to...
No, I could just be like, I'm done now. And then leave at like 29 if I felt like it.
What's 29?
What? What do you mean? An age? A year?
A year?
Yeah.
Where would
the
you
year
go?
of age.
Where would you want to go? Like, do you have like a destination you would go first? Like, just live there for like a year, try it out or something, and then move on? Or what? What's your plan?
No, I would.
What's your plan, huh?
Alex, I would. You're asking me for a question that's so far in the future.
Well, I'm just, it's a podcast. I'm asking for hypotheticals, get you to talk. Yeah. What? Just imagine the possibilities. You said you wanted to live in Washington.
Yeah.
We didn't really. We kind of explored that, but not really as in depth as we could have. Actually choosing a place. A hotel.
Like a city in Washington specifically. No, I haven't.
We kind of
did those.
Olympia or whatever.
Yeah, that
cool.
was.
But yeah, we didn't actually decide. I feel like that would be a fun pod, though. Didn't we say that? Podcast in Washington.
What, like actually going there and having one like in the forest that they have there?
Anywhere. On the plane ride, at the airport.
At the airport.
In the cab ride to the hotel. Yeah. In the hotel, because that's where a lot of podcasts are done in hotel rooms for some reason. It's true.
You know why?
Well, it's easy. It's cheap.
So it's in the budget.
It's free, basically. It's the cost of the room.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Plus plane.
Could be anything. Plus the plane. But if you're recording on the plane too, especially if your podcast makes money, it's kind of like it's a business expense, Plus it kind of would be at a business expense if you're a traveling person.
If you're working
doing stuff. Yeah,
that's
working.
business.
Yeah. That would be business. Do comedians have business cards?
Probably, right? It's just like contact information.
I guess so, because you would have to use it for like tax purposes if you're like buying a lot of stuff for the business.
Not the business card itself. Yeah, the business card is just like, this is how you reach me. Like
Nick, I'm talking about a business credit card. I'm not talking about a business card.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm talking about like a credit card that's like just for the business. Like this is for BrotherBrother Enterprises. Bloop.
Yeah,
and then we use that for tax purposes at the end of the year.
You have to get an
tax breaks and shit.
Like a tax guy.
Well,
because that's like a whole bunch of receipts you'd have to sift through.
Nick's not a tax guy. I'm not a tax guy.
No, that's something you'd pay someone for sure.
Well, if I get a job at a bank, maybe I will learn how to be the tax guy.
Well, if you do anything wrong legally, you can go to prison.
Wow.
That's why you put it on a tax guy.
No, that's a good point. Let's do that. Make him go to prison.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he would get it right so he wouldn't go to prison. Yeah. Is the point. Right?
Like his whole job is to make sure that he doesn't go to jail.
Yeah. Smart man.
Yeah. He'd be better. He better fucking
Smart man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I do know some accountants. I dated one in college. But they make some good money, but
oh yeah,
you're liable.
It's boring and yeah, you're liable for everything, so you have to pay attention to all the boring stuff.
Yeah, that's too much stress, and too much not excitement, and the boring stuff is just boring.
It's the opposite of excitement for sure, because you're stuck in a room for hours like reading.
Who likes to read nowadays? Well, I would like to read.
So many, like hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah, everyone basically. We all read different kinds of shit, but
it's just different forms of reading.
Not books. People don't read books anymore.
People read books.
Do you read a book?
I read books all the time, dude.
What was the last book you read?
The last books?
Just give me a title. What was the last book you read? I'm going to do a slow zoom in on your face while you try to figure it out.
Dude, I can't think. Put me on the spot.
Book.
There's a Charles Darwin book I have. It's like,
is it on the bookshelf?
A tale of something on mine. Yeah.
No.
It's like a collection of short stories.
You just use it to tickle your brain.
It's just like it's like short stories.
Dude, that was a
like
fun little
fantasy.
tale.
Yeah, but it's like kind of grimdark.
Oh.
Yeah. What about
Stephen
you?
King, huh?
What was your last book?
Slow zoom on me.
Yeah, title. Think of one.
My last book was Mastery by Robert
De Niro.
Greene, I think is his last name. Robert Greene or some other color. Robert Blue.
So it's like a nonfiction. So mine was fiction for sure.
Dude, it's about finding like your purpose and like finding something something to master, and like that's your thing, like, and like it's fulfilling and it's like rewarding in many different ways, but it's like the thing that you perfect, that is your thing, that's no one else's, but it's your thing that you're good at. So that's a very general way of putting what the book is, but that was the last book I read. It was while I was in Cancun. I was reading that.
You read that to pass the time?
Well, I read that because I was intrigued. I was like, yeah, what is this all about? And it was, he talked the whole story about like Darwin and like what he did. I had no idea about his whole story. He was like an explorer that like, was sent to go like identify a new land and like learn about it. And like through that whole process, he learned about, evolution and all that stuff.
I have his book on the origin of species.
Yeah, which is crazy. But that was his thing. His thing was like, discovering things that no one else saw and like putting a meaning to it. Somehow like figuring out how something became what it is now.
Science, dude.
It's pretty crazy.
It's science.
But so I was reading that and I was like, what is my purpose? Because I think this was in the midst of like me recently getting fired from Klarna and like moving on to the new company that I'm at now. So I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? What's going on here? And okay, we're past we can cuss now. It's fine.
How far what's the time?
No, we're good.
What time?
We're good. And all I remember is when I was reading that book, just constantly being interrupted by the church people. And then, just, what are you doing, man? Why are you reading? It's like, because as I want to. What do you? And then later at dinner they're like, "What's this book?"
Just random people you don't know.
Well, it's Dad's.
So you have no idea who these
church friends people. I've met him once.
Yeah, that's
when I visited him and yeah. I was like trying to explain it like the same way I explained it to you. They're like, find your purpose. Because literally not something has ever been considered by these people at any point in their life or even thought about.
They're like, you mean God isn't your purpose?
Yeah. Like, you can have something other than God?
No.
I don't believe so. No, that's the reaction that they got was like, that's crazy. It's only God, basically. And I'm just like, I'm in the wrong place.
You're trapped with them too for however long.
No, it was like a week or less than a week, like 5 days. But yeah, that was what the whole gist of the vacation was for the most part. Basically, it was just
God.
Well, they kept asking me about the book, and it kept being like, "Hey," they're like, "Have you learned how to master yourself yet?" And I'm like, "Hey guys, hey, I'm still reading the book. All right, I'm in the middle of it. Give me a break." But also,
dude, nothing like people being so shitty to someone.
Why don't you take your Bible and just
like, I'm trying to improve myself. I know you don't understand that, but whatever.
Let me get that Bible. We can go in the corner first so we can twist it in a little easier in your ass.
Don't twist the Bible in their ass, dude.
It could fit.
It might fit.
It could fit.
And if it did, that'd be God's will. Like, that would be what he said should happen.
I could have been visibly annoyed too, because I was just like,
well, probably. I would have been for sure.
Especially if you're like trying to just like be alone, and they're just like, "What's going on?" What's the book?
Yeah, you're weird. You're off by yourself. That's strange. That's odd. What are you doing?
You should come praise him with us.
Yeah, come and have a sermon. Don't you want to do that?
The thing is, rather
be doing that.
All they're doing is drinking at 10 a.m. by the pool.
Probably before that.
Yeah, but that's like when I would come out.
And they've already been
have
there
drinks.
for hours.
Yeah, you see the cups next to them.
And they're already like swaying and like.
Does God say you need to be an alcoholic?
Yeah,
when you hate your life and everyone
we're with. Yeah, that's what God wants, I think.
But you're on vacation. It should be lovely. It should be amazing.
Yeah, so get so plastered you don't remember any of it.
That's basically what it is. Dude, as soon as I started drinking there, I browned out,
You remember anything from your brown state?
Kind of. I remember like being so drunk and looking at my watch and it said 11:13 a.m. and I'm just like, holy shit. Like how did this happen so quickly? You know, what it just looked something up my watch. Tough.
Dude,
I found
Apple
this on the
be
web.
Listening.
Yeah. Well, I think I accidentally pressed it somehow. But so what I remember from my brown state, since we were at this resort, I was just at the pool with Dad.
As you do.
You know? Yeah, and he was
Kind of trapped.
I think we got food at some point. They had like a bunch of different restaurants, like but stands like around the pool. Like one sold pizza,
Yeah, it was all
one was like
inclusive, right?
tacos, one was like something else. And since I didn't have my marijuana, I was not very hungry this whole trip.
Yeah. That kind of kills the hunger.
I was drinking heavily. That was kind of helping because, you know, you'd get all, bleh, and then you'd be like, you know, I'm kind of hungry. You stop caring, you know?
It's all the alcohol sloshing around inside your guts.
That's what you have to do. Use no weed? Fuck, dude. Are you serious?
What do you do? Yeah, I would just be like, I would ask anyone there. I'd be like, dude, could you have weed, please? Like,
bro, they were giving me so much shit the whole time. Dad was like, man, thank God you didn't bring any weed to this. I would have had to beat your ass. And like their friends were like, yeah, we wouldn't have invited you to the next time if you brought marijuana this time.
Of course they said that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm just sitting there like,
don't worry, I won't be here.
I'm like, am I bringing up weed? I'm not bringing I'm not even saying anything.
No, but it'll get brought up.
They're just mentioning it. I'm just like,
it's all they know about you.
They're like, you know, if you brought weed, you would have got arrested. They check everyone who has weed.
You look like a pothead.
Yeah, and I'm like, you think they're just gonna profile me?
Yeah, absolutely.
They could. I look pretty normal though. I don't look like a pothead.
You look like a pothead.
That's the advantage when I'm at an airport. Well, I just look tired then, but I did bring edibles. I brought weed mints. It didn't do anything for me, but it was. I did technically bring it. So they
failed.
They failed their thing.
You're an international drug smuggler.
Dad should be disappointed. Yeah, international drug smuggler. Dad should be severely disappointed in me, and his church friends should bar me from ever seeing them again.
Well, don't worry. I barred myself from ever even meeting them. It's fine. That sounds awful. Like, no part of that sounds like it would have been fun.
So yeah, no weed. I think we've talked about this in the Cancun
This
episode,
is the flashback episode.
Yeah. Well, I haven't mentioned my brown state because this is new. This is new info.
I could have sworn. Oh, I get
my brown state
like our twist
by the pool. Yeah. It's like our twist.
It's the same, but we're tweaking it.
Yeah. I got this. It was actually kind of good pizza. It was like fire broiled, fire cooked. It was stone cooked pizza somehow by the pool. It was
they cooked
nice.
it on a stone.
Yeah, they just had like a bunch of out that you could just take some slices from because it was an all exclusive. You know, they just had it out.
Just keep taking pieces.
Yeah, well, I took like 3 or 4.
And stack it up.
They ended up being really tiny. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize how small these were. I had to go back and get them.
You just keep eating them.
Yeah, through the brown state, you know, I ate some pizza, and then I remember being with Dad in the pool, and we're watching like some competition go down, and like someone from the church people's group was like doing some like drinking competition of like, you know, they had like set up an area with like someone with a microphone like this, and like they had 4 or 5 women, obviously, you know, yeah, and they had them just do a shot and then do flip cup or something, and then they had to like throw something at like a target or like hit like pins or bottles, like almost like bowling, but like you're throwing something at it. And since they're women, you know, it took forever and they weren't that good.
Oh, but obviously, dude.
Eventually someone won. But that's just besides the point. You know, Dad was very interested in this display.
I believe that.
Shocker, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was sloshed at 11:13, as it were.
Yeah.
As well.
And the rest of the day too, as well.
Oh yeah. Well, you can tell when Dad's drunk because he's just, you know, he's always giving you looks. I was like, because I was like drunk as well, so I was like, Dad, let's get personal.
Oh God, you're so annoying with that.
Because no one in our family is. No one in our family talks about anything.
Yeah, no.
I'm the only one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Dad,
You just rake them over the coals.
Yeah, basically.
God.
I'm like, because we're both drunk. I'm like, this is a good time. And I only asked him because I thought about it, and I was also drunk, and I had no filter, and I was just like, it's coming out.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm like, that's how I started it.
That's probably exactly how you started it too.
Yeah, I was just standing next to him. He was just very intrigued by the women doing their competition,
That's
and
Jeffrey.
I was just I was like, Dad,
You're married, first of all.
you're married. What are you doing? No. Like she's wearing like a thong bathing suit. You're seeing right up the crack. It's just
It's probably awesome.
Yeah, I mean she was like younger than me.
That poor woman.
Yeah, but she was over 21, so she could drink. But yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Dad was very interested in her winning. We'll say.
Winning.
Cheering her name, just very enthusiastic. He's like, she'll hear me if I yell
He
loud
walks
enough.
up and way closer than he should. Just crosses the border.
Give me a hug. Kisses them on the cheek. Yeah, like, it's too much. Like, stop, dude. Anyway, so he's distracted. I'm like, Dad, I don't really know why you and Mom got divorced.
You don't know why they had that.
Yeah, I was like, Dad, I don't know if I didn't hear the story. I don't know if she did something or you did something, and or what the ultimate reason was for this. Why this went down. Like, did someone cheat? Like, was it you? Did she do it? Like, what happened? And he was still looking forward, and at the competition, he was just like, we just didn't like each other. And that was it.
I mean, that's for good reason.
Yeah. And I was like ever? And he was like, well, at first it was all right. And then I learned that she didn't really want to be with me, but she just did it because she felt like she had to. And I was like, ouch. Sucks to suck, my guy.
Ow.
But
indeed.
You're the one that knocked her up, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
So you can't blame her, you can't put it all on her. So
nah, it's both.
Yeah, it's both of you. Yeah. Fucking God-feared idiot.
Dude, at the time, God was like screaming marriage for life.
You made the promise
in front of me.
You're gonna go against. You're gonna go against your word.
That's damnation.
Get out of my face. You'll never praise me again. And I know how bad you want to. You're never going to do it.
It's all you want. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. All you want is to praise me. It's never going to happen. So get out of my face.
Try and praise me harder, though.
No. Your hands will burn. You gotta do better. Touch your hands will burn. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Just good times, They've invited me to further Cancun trips. His friends. I'm in a fucking group chat on Facebook that they have, apparently, that every year they just make it for the next year. This year's Cancun. They go like 3 times a year to Cancun. These guys, they got more money than they know what to do with, I guess.
That must be sweet.
Yeah, apparently he got some like inheritance, and his dad was like a multimillionaire or some shit. So they're just
that's convenient.
They apparently just have so much money. These guys, so they just do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, so convenient. And I wonder why Dad's friends with him.
Dude, because God said, "Let there be friends."
God said, "You must take care of your friends."
Yeah, financially. Especially financially.
Give your friends cash every month.
A stipend.
Well, I told you about how when we were at the zipline thing, Dad was just like looked at me like, "Oh, I don't have my wallet," and then looked at the guy and was like, "Can you pay for us?"
You got me though, right?
And I was like, "Dad, I have my wallet." Like, stop, dude.
This is the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen. Like, you have your wallet.
Yeah, but no, they paid for us, even though I had my wallet, because Dad.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
because Dad would.
He was like, "Don't worry, guys, I got you."
So I'll act like this.
Yeah,
he said, "I'll do this."
He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got you." He was just,
I was a genuine ass out of myself.
Yeah, Dad was just standing behind him.
Well, yeah, of course he was.
The short little bitch he is. It's
like
shocking how not tall he is. And I love Dad. You know, I love her dad. Nick has his own emotions, but
mixed
he's I feel like he tried. You know, he was dealt. He was dealt a bad hand.
He was.
I talk a lot of shit, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, he just does a lot of annoying, freaking stuff. That just
I haven't had to listen to him in how many years? I don't know.
So many, too many. But yeah, he really didn't get specific about the divorce.
Of course not.
It was just she was unhappy, and she was unhappy for a long time, and it was.
And don't worry, that never changed.
Yeah, I'm like, even drunk, you won't be honest with me. Damn, fuck,
that shit's locked up tight.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like, what happened? Fuck, I still don't know.
Now I have more questions.
Yeah, I'm like, just too drunk. I'm just like, yeah, man, I get it. You know, because that didn't answer me. God damn it. Can't ask mom anything either because she's just repressed it all, so it's just not even in her memory anymore.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think she even remembers herself. Yeah.
We were just unhappy.
Yeah,
that's what I would hear.
That's probably what she thinks it is too. Like that shit's wiped.
Yeah, gone.
They're both just such
the hard drive is
alcoholics. Yeah, they just destroyed that.
The years of alcoholism and
and
just constant cigarettes.
Like, it is what it is.
So much. I mean, way more than you even smoke.
Yeah.
It's just
like double or triple what I smoke.
I don't know how Dad ever quit. Probably because he had Bernie just whipping his ass. You know?
Yeah, she's like, you're fucking
She saw him with one.
This.
She would just like hit him.
She would just take it and put it out on his arm.
Jeff, give it to me.
Jeff. Like the fucking dog he is, dude. Drop it. Drop it.
Drop it, dude.
What is this?
Holding her hand out. Give me your nose.
And she just did that for like months until he got the idea.
Oh, I mean, you'll eventually get the point.
You're like, this sucks.
I don't like getting shamed like that. It's really tears me down. Really doesn't feel good
like,
getting
please.
Your face rubbed in a cigarette that's lit, you know.
Still lit.
You're like, you know, it burns my nose.
Just the ember breaks and then gets everywhere.
Yeah. You just got like, you know, ash all over your face. You're like crying too, so it's like running a little bit.
Yeah. And
but you're like, I'm not crying, but it's like wet, so you can see, you know, through the ash.
There's like a line through the ash where your tear was.
Sad. Yeah. Why did I even start talking about that? Fucking Cancun. And Dad.
How did we get on that? This is because it's the flashback episode.
It's the flashback episode. No, I don't remember what it was at all.
Just going off on tangents.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would go on vacation, but not with them, you know?
Yeah.
I would even go to the same place.
I could have told you that beforehand.
I would even go to the exact same resort.
It would have a way better time.
Yeah. It was nice. It was chill.
Yeah, you just know
except
he's there.
For that.
He's lurking around somewhere.
Like if I went with like, you know, just like you and like, I was gonna say mom and like Bob, but no. I mean, like if you had a woman and I went with Danny, I feel like that would be fun.
Double date,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
But like as it was the farthest thing from fun, and it was not a singles resort, so it was all couples, it was families, and then I'm just there with Dad
church
and them.
People, and no weed,
That was the worst part, honestly. Just because you feel sick the whole time.
It's the years of drugs.
Well, yeah, I know what works for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just not allowed everywhere.
Yeah, that's what should be illegal. You know,
which is dumb.
Yeah,
I'm not selling it. It's for me.
Nah, it's my medicine.
You fuck off. It's me. Yeah, it's for mine. Why don't you mind your business? Why do you care that I got this for myself?
Because it's against the law. You foolish man.
As I'm smoking like in the woods, like away from all people.
Just praying that nobody sees you.
Just like, dear God, I hope I don't get spotted. I just need to get this weed in me.
You're a scourge on society.
Truly. Well, that's because potheads are usually unproductive. They don't do anything. Yeah. Are unmotivated and they're just the whole life is just.
And I could outsmoke any pothead you ever met in your entire life.
But we're not unmotivated or
Ask anyone I work with. Yeah, he just smokes the entire day and somehow still the fastest.
That's why the pothead like moniker and like the nomenclature around it and like how people like say like it's bad to like do it all. I'm just like I don't understand.
To you.
Yeah, I'm like I don't. It doesn't feel like that for me. I mean,
I feel pretty miserable without it.
Yeah, I have good control over my life. I just know that's nice. You know, it's good to.
I like to be happy.
Yeah,
come on.
I know it works. It's
yeah.
And the good thing about that is that you could stop whenever, and the withdrawal isn't that bad.
It would suck ass,
but. I mean, it's not
like it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not like fucking alcoholism, dude. No, and it's so much better than alcohol. It's just like I smoked it every day for X amount of years, and then went to Cancun without it. It was just mildly uncomfortable. Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't eat that much, but it wasn't. I wasn't sick every day. You know, I just couldn't eat.
Puking and shaking.
Yeah, none of that. I was just like, man, I'm just not hungry.
Like,
this
God,
kind
I
of
wish
sucks.
I was high.
Yeah, man, it would be nice to be high so I could fucking eat breakfast and start my day right. You know?
Nah, time to drink.
That's basically what it was, dude. Which is unfortunate, but it was like, oh, I guess this is where I'm at right now.
There's like pouring a drink down your throat. The weed is bad for you.
You hate marijuana.
You can't smoke
the devil's
that.
lettuce.
Yeah, it's horrible for your body.
Yeah. I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
The alcohol is fine. It's a disinfectant. It cleanses like God wants. It cleanses and purifies.
Isn't it just technically a poison? Like, really? And we're just like, lightly poisoning yourself? I don't know.
So?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Like, I feel like when I'm drinking, if you overdrink, it's so easy to just throw up. Like, you have to be so careful and like keep it under that limit, or else it's just gonna happen.
You just like feel it in your mouth that it's coming.
Wow, the back of my throat's really like tensing up.
It feels like my tongue
up.
Is getting bigger in the back.
Yeah, I feel like my stomach like rolling over itself constantly.
You got a really hot tongue there. Hot. hot
tongue. That's a good title for the episode. Hot tongue. Hot tongue. Oh, that's funny. I like the titles that just make me laugh just by looking at it. Like that's how you get hit in the mouth. So good. Like, it doesn't have to relate to the episode at all. It's just
people are like, "What is that?"
Like hot tongue. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's a special move.
It's just funny. Yeah. If you made it this far in the episode, you know it's like hearing the title of a movie in the movie, right?
Just out of nowhere, because like there was nothing.
Oh shit! There it is. The Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like, pointing. Wolf of Wall Street.
National
is that what it
Treasure.
Is? National Treasure. Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. Yeah. Nick Caging it out, dude.
Nick Cage with Nick Urbanski.
Yep.
Gotta say his name exactly like that.
Alex. You don't have to say it exactly like that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Wow, hot tongue.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Just came out.
That's gonna be the title. There we go. I hope I remember it. I hope I just scrub through and see to this far. You know,
it's a very like, specific thing.
Yeah, it's like 2/3 of the way through the episode. So, who knows if I'll listen this far? Might not. Might have a completely different name, and you know, this is just random babble.
It always is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one critique I got from Danny. She was like, "You guys don't really talk about anything specific," and I'm like, "No, we don't.
No, we don't. That's correct."
Yeah, I'm like, that is the exact intention. I want my goal for the podcast is for it to be something that you're like, oh, I have an hour drive ahead of me, and I just need something on that will make me laugh when I just randomly tune back in and hear something funny. You know, having something coherent that you need to stick through to the end is too much for me.
Yeah, like when you're trying to focus on something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our podcast is perfect for like what I said, where you're just tuning back in and out. You're not constantly, like, you don't have to constantly be tuning into this.
Yeah, if you miss a story or whatever, you could just pick it up on the next one. Then you won't lose anything.
Yeah.
Like,
so I think we do what we're trying to do, you know?
Just noise.
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Funny noise.
For you. It's good. It's the funniest noise that you've ever.
I
heard.
want you to just be in your car. Just people looking at you. What the? What is that guy?
Like,
what is
like
that girl listening to? Yeah, you're like.
Just not even going. The light turns green.
Yeah.
Just too busy laughing, cracking up.
Someone hits you. You get in an accident.
We're not liable for that.
You wake up to sirens. The lights blinking. Someone's telling you, grab my hand. You're like coming in and out of consciousness, but you see the hand. You grab the hand. The hand pulls you out. You go out of consciousness again. You wake back up. You're in an ambulance. The ambulance is driving to the hospital. You look over. You see the paramedic. He's not looking at you. He's looking away, but he looks very focused on something. You don't know if he's inspecting your charts or anything, but you feel okay. You're all right. Maybe you're a little drunk. Maybe you weren't a little drunk. Maybe you're a little high.
Maybe something's in your body.
Maybe they put something in you. Maybe you put something in yourself.
And it combined
with what they put in you.
Experience.
You didn't tell them what you gave yourself, so they didn't know that you had that. And they knew that if they gave you this, and if you had that, it could possibly be fatal. And you felt, and as you realized that, you fell back out, and then you woke back up in the hospital bed, and the doctor said, if we hadn't caught that, you would have died.
And what is it they caught?
Brain tumor.
Oh shit! And we saved your life.
Yep.
So you owe us for that.
Yeah. So
I think
if you have a brain tumor and our podcast makes you laugh, and you drive a car while you listen to the podcast, be careful. That's all I gotta say.
Or don't be careful.
Or don't, because
that's how you find out.
Yeah, maybe they don't know that they have the brain.
Yeah,
that's
they will find out.
That's the even scarier reality, not knowing.
Having a brain tumor and not knowing, that's pretty terrifying.
How do you know? It's inside.
You wouldn't know until
it's inside. You wouldn't know until it's too late, basically.
Yes, right? It's like literally affecting
until it
your
pops,
brain.
like a brain aneurysm.
Well, it doesn't pop.
You just collapse just randomly. You're like having conversation.
That could happen.
It's like the plug getting pulled in the Matrix. You just deactivate.
From the tumor.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Who knows, dude? The unplugging can be anything in the real world, but in the Matrix world, it's just the yanking the plug out of the back of your skull.
I've actually seen that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a pretty good movie.
That is a good movie. We need to figure out what to watch on the Patreon, because we do watch-alongs. Make sure you check out our Patreon if you aren't subscribed. I mean, you probably aren't, so you should be
though. You should be.
We do 2 episodes a month. We could increase it, as people start subscribing, but that's what we're doing right now. And, it's slowly building. We've done like 14 episodes. It's not quite 50-50 movies and episodes, but that's the goal, basically. So I think next we're going to watch John Wick, maybe.
He's been obsessed with John Wick.
There's 4 of those. And I just feel like that's Nick in a movie. And it'd be fun for him to watch it, because I feel like you'll like it.
I mean, it should be good. Everyone loves Keanu shooting people.
It's just so badass. You like The Kingsman too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically it's so much like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, you should be. And there's 4 of those movies apparently, and they get better as they go along. So I'm just like, I want to see those.
That could be cool. Yeah.
So we could do that on Patreon. Give us an excuse to watch them.
You got to join to find out.
Yeah, I've been watching so many freaking movies lately. It's been insane. I watched every single Alien movie, like the whole Aliens series, like Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, all that shit. Prometheus.
That's a lot of aliens.
They're not that good, honestly.
Like none of them?
Well, the weird thing is I like looked up the reviews of them, and like the ones that reviewed the worst, I was like, these ones are kind of like the best to me. I don't get it.
So you're not like a film critic. You don't get it. You don't.
No, I get it. I'm just like, I'm over it. Like it's just full of them making stupid fucking decisions where you're just like, hey, don't do the obvious wrong choice, guy. Don't go towards the pulsating thing on the guy's chest where it's obvious something's gonna come bursting through. What's the? Oh, how'd this happen? It's just like, hey, guy, do you have any survival instinct at all? Any?
Well, there's
a giant killer alien on the ship. How about we hide? How about we find an escape pod? There's no reason to stay.
Well, they had to complete the mission.
At that point, it's fuck it.
Nah, dude.
Wait,
gotta,
you're that much of a hero?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like what those movies are supposed to be about, I think. Like self-sacrifice in the name of a greater good. But it's just like... There's, like I just watched so many of them where it's like the same trope. That's the same thing. And
they're always just stupid.
They're always stupid, and they're always like, "Man, I'm gonna sacrifice." You don't need to. Hey, how about you don't sacrifice? How about we work another plan where we don't end our lives? You know,
It's the only way.
you have to. I have to stay here with the alien, and I have to go with the alien into space while you find your way back to Earth. I'm just like, why don't you go both with you? Lock the alien in the thing and send it, and then you go with her.
Because that's not heroic.
Well, that wasn't one of the Aliens movies. That was Life. It was called Life with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Just don't know what it is.
No one's heard of that movie. They capture an alien. It slowly grows and then it takes over the ship. In the end, they have 2 escape pods and there's 2 of them left. It's killed everybody. And they're like, Jake Gyllenhaal's like, I have to get in the escape pod with the alien and I can steer it away from orbit. And then we can go back into space and just drift off to nothingness. And then you can take it back to Earth and tell everybody about what we saw. Tell the story. And then how do you think it actually ends?
The alien kills them both?
No, the alien gets on the ship with the guy and the girl gets on the escape pod and they both release. But what do you think actually happens?
I have no idea. The alien eats the man. And takes over the guy.
Do you think, I'll just give you this, and it might be obvious if I say it this way. Do you think that the alien and the guy go into space as planned, or do you think that they go to Earth and that the girl gets sent off into space?
The second one, where the girl gets sent off into space.
That's a more scary ending.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And that's how it actually ended.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, that was actually a good ending.
Good twist.
It was a good ending. Because the guy, lands with the alien.
On Earth.
Yeah, on Earth. And people come to like let him out.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
Like the movie ends.
Yeah. Like it ends like after they open the door to like let him and the alien out.
And they just don't even go back to the girl?
Well, they go back to go and show her like screaming as it's like tumbling into nothingness. Yeah.
Absolutely horrifying.
That wasn't an alien movie. That was Life. And I was like, this is better than the alien movie. No one's heard of this.
Plot, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, shit. I didn't expect that. I mean, I like read reviews. People are like, it was so obvious. I'm like, I didn't think it was obvious. I thought it was going to work out. And it didn't.
Like a standard space movie. Yeah.
And like, he's just like fighting the alien. And like, you think he's like getting it out, but like the alien overpowers him. And like, you still think that they made it out though. But like, nah, man, didn't make it.
It's all ogre now.
Yeah. They like collide and like, you don't know which is which, It's like the cup game. Ooh,
which one is
which one bounced away?
Just quickly. Yeah, it's too fast. Just keep your eyes on the prize.
And then Prometheus, I guess that was technically an alien movie. That was like showing that we came from like an alien race, and like that started us all. And like
an alien,
yeah, for like billions or trillions of years ago, whatever. And like then we found like how to like find them and wake them back up, and like they killed them. The alien killed them. Like wakes back up and just kills them.
That doesn't sound like a very fun movie.
No. I think they woke him up. Like I don't know. I forget just what like the whole movie's explanation was, but I liked that one a little bit more. And then like in like the last Alien movie, because there's so many, they like clone the main character from the first movie. And she's like,
it's not a
superhuman. Yeah, her blood's like acidic now, and it like melts through like the floors and shit.
Sure,
that's like how the alien's blood is. So she's like part alien, I guess somehow, and like, yeah,
spooky. She gives magic.
She like births like an alien, or like it bursts through her chest, and then they like clone her. Maybe they clone her from that because that kills her, but then they bring her back as a clone, and then she is like part alien as well somehow. And then she like meets some new alien that's like being birthed by like the mother alien, and it happens to be like half alien, half human, and it like sees the clone girl as like its mom.
What the fuck?
So it doesn't attack her, and like, but it's like a monster. It's like killing like the alien mom and shit. But it like sees the human clone as like its mom and it's like loving on her. Dude, the way that thing dies. is crazy.
The alien?
The big, yeah, it's like this big, like humanoid looking gross alien thing. It dies by getting sucked through like a tiny hole on the spaceship.
Just a
Like,
vacuum.
yeah,
like
and it like
thing.
shows it in like gruesome detail where it's just like it's screaming. It is just like, you know, it's like showing its skin getting like slowly like pulled out,
Ugh,
and then like rips, and like its organs getting pulled out, and like it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah,
like it's screaming the whole time.
bro.
You know, it's like yelling.
It's like the worst way to die.
Yeah, it just showed the whole thing. I'm like, we could skip past it, but no, it's just it's screaming, it's getting ripped out. It's like until the last second, till its like head gets ripped through the hole, its skull gets crushed.
Like it really had some fight in it.
Yeah.
It wanted to live. Yeah. This is so bad. Like bro, just like
We like kept looking at her like, can you help me? And she just like, no.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, like, you're getting sucked out. It's just like this big, you know, puff of pink in space. You know, just a big ghost thing.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Those are the alien movies. You know, it's not that good.
It's a Academy Award winning film.
That was the lowest rated one. It was like the fourth one, and I was like, this one's actually pretty entertaining. You know, it's kind of goofy.
Jesus,
kind of like it. Yeah.
It's a goofy, fun romp compared to the other ones.
The worst part of those movies is
Watching them.
What? Watching them is the body horror. I just hate that shit.
Oh yeah, not a
like
fan.
just gore, gross shit. Where I'm just like, all right,
like this is unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, can we stop? What can you do though? That's what I thought. Like, I guess I watched Children of the Corn too. That's what I thought that was gonna be.
Yeah,
like some like gross shit.
I thought it was horror.
Literally not. It's literally about just a bunch of kids, bad acting by the way, who just murder people. It's made in like the 80s or 70s, so it doesn't look real. But they're just like they're all controlled by like a kid that like communicates with the devil or like a god or something.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's just it's just about like a family that like is driving through the town, and you know they hit a kid on the road, but the kid was already dead. How did that happen? Oh, he got murdered by one of the other kids. And then, you know, they drive into town and they run into a guy right outside the town who's like, oh, you shouldn't go into the town, man. That town's bad news, man. You shouldn't go into the town. He's like constantly looking over to the field of corn like, you shouldn't go into the town, man. And the corn's like rustling, you know, his dog's barking at the corn. You know, no one suspects a thing. And, you know, they get in their car, they leave. The guy's like walking around his car, all suspicious. The dog runs into the corn, you know. Obviously,
so it's trying to be a horror movie.
It is an older movie.
Okay,
but
all right. So it's
not scary.
It's completely not scary.
Yeah,
horror.
I think it's supposed to be a thriller. It's not a horror movie. It's just about kids doing nutty things, and the acting is not great, and by anyone. And it's not scary.
Kids
you know?
that just love killing.
He like finds the collar. It's like covered in blood. He's like, and then like the kid, he like hears the kids in his bar, and he's like, "You bastards!" And then he dies. Obviously, you know.
Like, don't worry, we're coming back for you.
Dude, the end of the movie is just like the main dude, because like the couple is like the people that are like the main characters. It's just like this man and a woman. He's like he's just like fighting a kid. He's just like fucking get out of here, dude. And the kid's just
beat
like
a kid so easy.
Yeah, and it's like he's pushing like the leader kid. He's like, fucking, what are you doing? Like the leader kid's like trying to be all tough. He's like, but hey,
but you're a child.
Yeah, and he's like holding his head back while he's like running, like that kind of shit. And like he's like, you guys really want to follow this guy? You think he's your leader? You think he talks to God? Does God want this? And then he just like walks away through the kids, and like the little kid leader's like, kill him, and they don't do anything. They're just like, nah, man, this is pointless. This is kind of dumb. Why are we doing this? And then that's like how the movie ends.
They just are like, we're done killing now.
Yeah, it's like a happy ending where it's like, oh, the kids are reformed now. None of them want to be bad, you know.
But they've all murdered many people.
Yeah, but they were just doing what kids do, just being goofy. They were following this kid who they thought was like a seer and like hearing the word of the Lord directly, you know. He was speaking through
but
like
that kid didn't even get punished.
They ended up putting him like on the stake and like burning him. But he came back to life and like took like one of the it's kind of nonsense. He came back with like a Satan voice, was like, I'm not done with you, and like took like one of the other leader kids down with him. It was just
soul for a soul,
kind of goofy. Yeah,
you know, he's got to trade.
Because they wanted to have the couple, the two, the man and the woman. But it's like, you got to take two, you know. So they took the other kid.
Sure. Yeah. And that's
it was kind of a goofy movie. It wasn't scary.
It sounds like it would be hilarious. Yeah. But like
the whole time I was like, oh, is this supposed to be? This isn't. What is
supposed to be scary?
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't think it is supposed to be scary. That's why I'm like, why did I think it was supposed to be scary? Like my whole life.
Everyone talks about it like
like a horror thing, but like actually watching it, you're like, what?
This is nonsense.
Yeah, like maybe watching it as a kid, it would be more impactful. But like watching it as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, no, I'd be like the adult who's like pushing the kid down, like the kid's like running at him with like a knife. He's like, fucking get away! Like, what are you fucking doing? Like, you fucking idiot! Like, stop it! Like, push it. Like, it's a kid and an adult. You know how it would really be. Like,
adult just gets a baseball bat.
Yeah, if the adult gets anything, you're done.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was an entertaining movie. I'd say wasn't bad, but it wasn't scary. It was goofy. You know.
I've guessed that it was goofy from the way anyone has ever talked about it.
Nope. People like talk about having nightmares, living in fear, constantly thinking about kids and corn.
Yeah,
it's just normal dressed kids, like a small Amish town. Just
now, I'm picturing a black and white movie. Is it not that old?
It's not black. It's not that old. No, no. It's like definitely like 70s, maybe 80s, like late 70s, 80s. I'm not sure when it came out, but it definitely has that vibe of like an older movie. Yeah, where it's like the opening scene is like a restaurant, and like the possessed kid like is looking over the restaurant, and then all of a sudden all the kids like knives emerge, and like it's just camera shots of like knives being shown, like,
pulled out of pockets and shit.
Yeah, like a hammer,
the up close
a hammer. Yeah, and then you know they come up behind the adults and just a line of red just gets put on their net.
Perfectly straight line.
Yeah, and they're just like they immediately just like it's so
no struggling at all. They're just done.
Yeah, they're just like. But you know,
Jesus
it would be like
Christ.
In real life, you'd be like,
you'd be like, I hit an artery. Oh fuck! It'd be like a jagged line.
I need to find something bandaged.
Just like gripping your like bloody ass neck.
You know, some
freaking
actual
out.
Yeah. But you know,
you would not just
of the times. It was not. Yeah, it was bad acting. Was the norm. You know, it was
Those were the best actors.
No one knew how to act. You know, so it was just what is acting? Is it playing it too much? Is it actually
you gotta ham it up
how it would be, or is it like doing it as if it's not what's actually happening? Like I'm not getting my throat slit. Like he's telling me to go to sleep, but he's making the line on my throat. So I'm just
well, my throat is slashed, therefore I'm dead. So
you die instantly if your throat gets slashed, or if you get stabbed in the chest. It's just like
one knife blade is all it takes, and you're just dead anywhere in the body.
That's my favorite thing, dude, about old movies. Just the death.
Like they get stabbed once in the lower left back, and they just fall over. Like it would take some time, you know.
Yeah. You would hold on longer than that.
You would be screaming,
fuck.
Yeah, you know, you'd be shrieking and screaming. Then you would fall over eventually after.
Acting's easy. Just imagine if you got stabbed.
It's actually happening.
Yeah, imagine if you're getting stabbed.
That's your job.
Oh fuck, bro!
Yeah,
holy
freaking the fuck!
Holy shit! How did this?
Tell you what, if my throat was slashed, I wouldn't just.
You would just. But still, like you see the nose.
Just the stomach, the shirt. It's like you just
not even trying to hide it.
I'm dead.
Dude, my favorite thing is when they like would pan back, or they would like show one dead person, then show another dead person. It's like they would have to like hold still. It's like hold still.
You just see like their arms moving.
You see them like exhaling. Like it's the thing that's like that's better than breathing in, because you're not going up, you're going down.
It's still they're like I'm hiding it.
Like, I see you deflating. Basically.
Going the other way doesn't.
I see you deflating. I said that all off mic, but yeah, you know, basically.
Well, the mic should pick it up. You know, it's close enough.
You know, it's very obvious to tell when someone's pretending to be dead if they're breathing. At all.
Yeah, so you just just hold your breath, dude. Yeah. Just hold it,
or just take a shot and then extend it, make it long. You don't have to pretend to be dead forever. They can just take like a 5-second shot.
They can string multiple shots together too.
Yeah.
Like if you're just sitting still,
you just just sitting there fucking breathing on camera, bro. Stop it. You know.
Your job right now is to not breathe.
Be dead. Can you be dead? It's not a zombie film.
Yeah,
just be dead.
It's not The Living Dead. You're not supposed to get up.
It's not Night of the Living Dead. Nick, are you even in the mood to play more Forever Winter?
I mean,
or might I have to play solo?
You probably have to play solo for a bit.
Bastard.
But I'll probably get on later.
He's
for
a bastard,
sure. Man. Probably at like 1 or 2.
Nick, when I have to go to bed, he's gonna get
when
on.
you go to bed so early? Just because you got to be up at like
normal time, 10 to 30. Yeah,
that's so early.
That's fine. It is what it is. I'll probably have to get up earlier if I get this bank job.
Yeah, they're at like 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Which, temporary. It's only temporary. That's what I remind myself.
Say 20 years later.
Well, I've woken up early for training for jobs. I
mean, what bank is it? You should probably bleep it out. Oh, okay. Like they got branches all over the country.
Yeah,
like,
big bank.
They probably pay for transfer, like move somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're not like a shit employee, which they'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm hoping since I'm wearing the suit, it's like, oh, this guy might be cool. Good first impression.
Like, this guy knows how to wear a suit.
It's not too small, Joe. You fuck.
You will never let that go. You will remember that until the day you die. You vindictive bitch.
Dude, because Joe's just
because it's Joe. It's literally just because it's Joe.
It's not the first time. It's not the only time.
It's just his personality.
The first thing you said, it just made right away.
Immediately
right
full
away,
of
just
rage. Got your neck's going nuts.
Yeah, my neck. You got the neck thing. Yeah, I feel it in my neck. It's just tension, kinda. Yeah, it's really tight. And then he texted me the next day from home, because he went home that night.
Dude,
well,
sucks.
man, Renaissance Fair must suck right now, man.
Just everything is always, this sucks. You suck.
Yeah.
Why is your life so bad? Like, Joe.
Well, it's just because he's constantly in debt and miserable.
That sounds
and when you live your life like that, it's just different.
It's the self-hatred.
Yeah, it comes out.
Yeah.
It's like I can't continue to hate myself.
So
in public,
it's gotta be other. Yeah,
it's gonna come out of you.
He knows where you're weak.
Insult my style, you bitch. You fucking cunt.
He's like, I'm gonna take the cheapest shot I can. Look at this
over there in his dad's suit, you bitch. I'm just gonna keep mentioning
the
this.
sleeves just going down to his hands.
Yeah. Where it's just like, hey Joe, that's not how you wear a suit, but
this fits me perfectly, not like you.
Not like yours. Like, hey Joe, you know what I'm saying? Never will live it down. Never will. I'll probably bring it up the next time I see him. Hey Joe, I still think about that comment you made.
You literally always will.
that totally underhanded, out of pocket comment you made that
you little bitch.
That clearly pissed me off in the moment. Yeah, you this for that.
Just right in the nose.
Just clock him. Yeah. I've held on to this for too long, Joe. No, I wouldn't hit Joe for that, but
not for that.
I'd think about it. I'd fantasize.
Salivate at it. Yeah.
I wouldn't salivate at it, but I'd be like.
Like that feel pretty good.
Violence isn't the answer, kids, but sometimes it can easily solve complex problems.
It can, but it's usually a bad idea.
That's why people go to war. Easily solve complex problems. And that was episode 28 of Brother Brother. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and rate us on iTunes and Spotify. And anything,
bye.
You got anything for him, Nick? Nothing?
Nah.
Nick just has bye.
Yeah,
Peace out.
That's my whole thing, dude. You gotta.
Yeah, bye.
Leave him wanting more.